Hello, everyone. My name is Bernardo Sim, and I'm a writer for Pride. Today, I will be speaking with comedian Rob Anderson. So let's get started. Rob, you're going on tour across the United States. I just checked your official website, and you're booked for the rest of the year, all the way from Florida to Hawaii. How has it been touring the country for the first time in this capacity?
It is very exciting. It's another step to, I guess, kind of spread my dumb humor everywhere in person across the country. And it's very feels like it's nice to have a little independence and put my own thing out there.
Yeah, absolutely. You have now reached 2 million followers on TikTok, and you're on your way to 500,000 subscribers on YouTube. Did you always know that creating comedy through online videos would be your career path, or was it something that evolved naturally over time?
I definitely didn't envision this specifically being my path because it came about with new technologies and TikTok and whatnot. But I definitely knew that the 9 to 5 wasn't always going to be for me. I was a little too weird for it. I like being creative, and I definitely knew there was something out there for me, but this was quite surprising. But I think when I kind of gave up on trying to make something happen, in a traditional sense, and just kind of went, I'm going to live my life and just see what happens, then things kind of took off. So I let, I guess, gay Jesus take the wheel.
Yeah. Did you always have a passion for comedy, or was that something that also just came up naturally?
I always had a passion for comedy. I enjoyed comedians like Amy Sedaris, Stephen Colbert, all the Strangers with Candy people, a lot of people from The Second City, Tina Fey, and Amy Poehler. So I've always really enjoyed it. But I guess I have a variety of different interests, so different things take hold at different times, and I guess this is just what kind of took me.
Yeah. You're obviously very successful online, but I'm curious to know, is it a dream of yours to transition into television one day, or do you feel satisfied with the types of things that you can do on social media where you have a little more freedom and a little more creative control?
I am very thankful to be in the position I'm in where I can make a living being creative and making videos in my own time, in my own space. And it would be awesome to have a wider audience in some way, but I don't put that pressure on myself. I think I did that for a while in my 20s. Like, if you don't make it in a way where you can go back home to your parents, to your conservative family members, and tell them that you did XYZ or you're on this show, it's like, right. I'm not here to impress my family at home or people who don't really get it. So I'm really happy and content doing what I'm doing. And if something else happens, that's great. But I'm really thankful to be where I am.
Okay, but I'm curious, do you have any dream projects that you'd like to get involved in, or some dream celebrities that you'd like to work with, perhaps?
Oh, definitely. Well, I have a lot of ideas in my head for films, shows, documentaries. I have a lot of different ideas that I'm always working on, and I have in my back pocket in case some opportunity arises. And gosh, there's so many people I'd love to work with. I mean, Amy Sedaris would be a dream. I really love her. She's a huge inspiration to me.
Legend.
Yeah, she is. So that's definitely one. And also just so many other queer actors and actresses that I've seen and watched. I would love to be. There are just so many. But Amy, for sure.
A Rob Anderson mockumentary sounds hilarious.
Yeah, I love Nathan Fielder, and there's a style like it mixes real with fake, And I think that's very special because I've watched back Nathan For You, and he has his new HBO show. And as I watch it, you know he scripts so much of it, but then there's parts that are really real interviews, and you can't really tell what's real and what's not. And he's so awkward as it is that I appreciate that, and I want to do something like that.
Yeah, I think that's very in your lane, and it would be very entertaining. You attended the Oscars this year, which is mind-blowing and wild. Can you walk me through that experience?
Yes, it was unreal. It was I'm a huge fan of the Academy Awards. It is really one of the only things that I've ever consistently loved through my whole life. Like as a kid, I think I saw Chicago, and I followed the award season path for it, and then I just loved the voting, and it's like it's sports for me, and for a lot of gay people.
It's gay culture. It's gay culture. Yeah.
Yes, it's gay culture. The awards, like the performances, like the actresses, it is. So having an opportunity to be there was surreal, and seeing all of the, not just the actors and actresses, because I think people would get a little like starstruck just seeing like Timothée Chalamet just being like, hey, you know, like, everyone's around all in the same hotel, which I thought was crazy. I'm like, wow, they really all are just all in the, like Bradley Cooper and everybody's just in your hotel hallways. But then seeing the producers and directors who, as I love film, seeing them and interacting with them and going to the governor's ball after, it was surreal. It was amazing. I could talk about it forever.
You should have tried prank calling some of the other rooms just to see who would pick it up. You should have.
Yeah. I'm sure that they were sticking around in their rooms the whole time at the Oscars.
Yeah. They were. You recently released a song called Nothing For You. Are you a musician, or was this your first experience releasing a song?
I definitely would not call myself a musician. Okay. And I would use the term singer very loosely. I enjoy it, and like all the other things that I do, I just try to find every ounce of some sort of talent in me and apply it to stupidity, and find how can I take this one thing and make it really stupid. So Nothing For You came about as this really as a pop song that I wanted to sound as close to a real pop song that would come out as possible. But the things I say are so banal, they're so ridiculous, that you listen to it and go like, wait, what is he saying? Like, what is he thinking? And that one in particular is a submissive anthem, a submissive pride anthem.
It subverts the idea of so many songs that we've heard of people singing, you know, I want to be everything for you, I want to be all for you, or, you know, I want to be your everything. And then you subverted it into this submissive anthem.
Yeah. And then also the challenge of that was I thought I could just put it out there and people would get it. But a lot of people didn't. I think they thought it was a real song. Yeah, in some spaces of the internet, they got it when I'm able to kind of like control like how people see it. But
some spaces got it, most spaces did not. That's very surprising to me.
Yeah, I would say that maybe like 60 to 70% got it. But in places where they just saw like a clip, particularly like TikTok, where I think music is defined in a different way on that platform. Yeah. People thought it was real. They thought it was a real song that I came out with, and that I was now diverting and being a music act and a real singer. And so all I had to do was just watch people react that way. You know, you can't really be like, hey, it's actually a joke, like, because then it ruins the joke, you know?
Yeah.
But I did think that was wild, that I'm like, wait.
That's wild.
I think it's real.
I'm very surprised. I'm honestly very surprised. As a newcomer in music, what was your process like writing the song, like recording the song and filming an entire music video? I hear the music videos are I've interviewed many musicians, and I always hear music videos are awesome to have, but making them is very stressful and time consuming. But you're a video content creator, so what was your process like writing, recording the music, and then also the video?
Yeah, a lot of respect for the music industry. First, with the songwriting process, so I didn't even know that songwriters just write so many songs endlessly for artists, and they just never get released. And songwriters don't make any money unless they do. So I thought that was wild. And I was definitely going to be releasing the song that we wrote. So I was like, don't worry, guys, this one will get released. And the process was unlike how I typically write and produce content. You go into a session and you write a song in that session. And we did go back and change a few of the lyrics once I sat on them for a few weeks. But that to me was a very new experience because I normally write my scripts, my ideas over a longer period of time, maybe a couple weeks. I'll add things to them and change them. I'm a long scale kind of guy. And that was very like shocking to go, oh, wait, we don't have anything. And at the end of this, we're going to have the song. And that's the one song I have. And like, we don't do this over a
studio session. Yeah, studio session, you got to deliver that day. Yeah, or those 2 days. Yeah.
Right. And so I was very surprised with what we came out with in the day. It was awesome. It was very, very close to a finished product. So that experience was great. And then for the video, yes, it is very stressful. I did have a team of people, to a full produced video and a director and a producer. So that made it a little easier, but I'm a little bit of a control freak and I want every part of the thing that I make to be as funny as possible, to be as perfect as possible. And you just can't have that happen when you let other people, get involved, which they have to do for something like this. So letting go of control was a bit of a weird feeling there.
Yeah, it's funny that you're a control freak on a song called "Nothing for You." My favorite part of the video is the Ariel signing of the contract, the Little Mermaid reference. That's my favorite part of the video. It's hilarious. But yeah, it sounds like you had the regular experience that a musician has recording a music video, which is very stressful. Can we expect the full Rob Anderson album in the near future?
Yeah, maybe.
EP?
I have another song out now called "Is Your Boyfriend Single?" And that video drops in a few days. So there'll definitely be a second one here. And I have some more songs we've written, one we've recorded. I don't know if how I'll release them, but we'll definitely have more music from me. Music.
Okay.
Use that term very lightly.
Do you perform or lip sync the songs in your tour, or what? I'm curious if someone is interested in going to the Rob Anderson tour. What can they expect from the show?
That's a great question. The music that I released so far is in the show.
Okay.
But there's also a lot of original music that I haven't released that's in the show as well. And what I want people to see when they go to it is all new things. So these songs, because they've been released, aren't, as far as being new, like it's not unexpected to see me sing them. So I've found ways to make it more exciting or more interesting. I put another layer on top of it that may or may not include nudity. It's like if they're expecting the joke, then just get naked, and then it's all good. So any new music that I do release, I don't think I'll add it to my show because I like everything to be new and fresh when people see it and not go, okay, we've heard that joke before. But the 2 songs I've released are in the show.
That's actually a great approach. I won't name names, but I have been to a few comedy tours where I had seen the special before, and let's just say the show was the special word by word. So I think that's a very smart approach to doing your tour. My last question is, what's in the future for Rob Anderson? Is there anything you'd like to promote at this time? I know the tour, of course, but besides the tour.
Yeah, after the tour finishes, I have some of these things that we've talked about on this interview, like a docu-series and more longer form content that I can put up on my own channel, or if I'm so lucky, have that broadcast to a larger audience. I think those are the things that I want to work on next. My tour is also going to be going to Australia in February and Europe in the spring. Yeah. So we're working on getting those places now, and maybe a book. But that's TBD. I've been trying to. I'm a self-published guy with picture books. I've done that. I've done that myself. But this might be a foray into a larger book that actually has words in it, which is a different, challenge. But that could come out in 2023 too.
Yeah, groundbreaking. A book with words. We still need the pictures, though, Rob. We still need the pictures. It gets they do help. Paragraphs on paragraphs. Yeah. Well, thank you for taking the time to speak with me. This was a pleasure. All Rob Anderson fans, go get tickets. It's selling out. Hope you have a great Friday and rest of your weekend.
You too, Bernardo. Thank you so much.
Thank you.